Hello, we're already at lesson number 12, which is actually the closing lesson for our introductory or the beginner's tutorial of the app Inventor. And here we're going to introduce Canvas as our drawing palette component, and then use Canvas to introduce how we would use color in our blocks. So let's start. Obviously, we have this button that we're going to use for color to execute our code, but we're going to start by explaining a little bit or introducing the canvas itself. So canvas is in the palette in the drawing and animation section, which has two essentially sprites, and we'll get to those a little bit later. But for now, we're just going to use Canvas. And Canvas is essentially a simple rectangular space, which we can obviously modify in terms of height and width and usual parameters as in many other components, right, that we can set here. So let's say as what we typically do, fill the width of our parent and maybe set the height to say 40%. So what is so special about canvas space is that it is very powerful in the way of event handlers that already exist for this space. So let's see if we go into the blocks view and click on the canvas drawer here. What is it that exists about Canvas? So there are several event handlers starting from when the canvas is touched. It would give you coordinates x and y of the canvas. And by the way, the coordinates x and y are measured. X is the horizontal coordinate in pixels from the left corner right here, and y is the vertical distance in pixels again from this top left corner. So when we talk about xy for canvas, this is how it's measured. It has coordinates when it's touched. When we release the touch, it can give you coordinates where you released this touch. When it's touched down, when it's touched up means released, right? And then there are options when the object is dragged across the canvas. You can get all these coordinates where it's touched first, what was the previous in the events, and then what is the current one, meaning like when you release, what are the current coordinates x and y. And similar, if you swipe real fast, which is this flung, again it can give you coordinates, but it also you can get speed and velocities in x and y of your flung or of your fling actually as you swipe really fast, right? So besides these event handlers, there's also a different set of blocks that allow you to draw starting from a simple point, right? You can basically draw a point right here, and then you can draw some shape. If you provide points for that shape, you can draw text at an angle as well. Then you can draw a line right here, a circle. You can draw an arc as well, or you can clear also programmatically whatever is already drawn on the canvas. And the last set of blocks is what we typically have for most of our objects. Is essentially we can set programmatically all these properties that we can set in the design space manually, right? But this is like programmatically everything that we can change about. So you can tell that there are so many options that the canvas can be used. Today we're just going to simply use canvas to demonstrate our color, use of color blocks. And then if we go to these colors right here, right, so we can set colors basically just simply by assigning these colors, right? So that is one option. The other option, which is more interesting, is this make color option. So in the make color option, we essentially use three components that are made as a list, and these are the so-called RGB, meaning red, green, and blue components, and each of them can have values from 0 to 255. 0 meaning there's the least intensity of that component, and 255 is the deepest component of that particular color. And by mixing these three, combining them from 0 to 255, you can actually create millions of different colors. So this is what we're gonna try to do today. And to make things a little bit more interesting, and since this is the closing lesson for our introductory tutorial, we're gonna try to use quite a few of blocks that we learned along the way. So let's start from creating the variable that is gonna assign these initial RGB colors. We're going to initiate RGB set, and then we're going to create randomly each of these components. We're going to mix them to create a color like this. We're going to change the color of our canvas to that color, and we also want to display on the screen each of these components that make up that color, right? So let's think about what we want to do. We need to create first, to initiate this list as a global variable, because we want to use it later on, right? So we're going to go to variables, and we're going to say initialize our global variable, and let's say we call this RGB color. This is our variable. This is variable going to be assigned as a list, right? So let's use this, make a list, and initialize. It can be anything. It's just like, say, use 0, 0, right? So the next thing is we want to replace each of these RGB with random numbers. But before we start actually making our code, let's go back to the designer space and see what else we need to add here so that we can complete what we wanted to do. We wanted to change the color of this canvas, right? But we wanted also to display each of these components that were randomly created. So let's say we want to have three labels that's going to be RGB, right, for each component, and underneath each of these labels we want to have the actual random values that are going to be created. So one way to do this is to organize this as 3 columns and 2 rows in a table, right? We learn how to do that in layouts. So let's say we're going to use table arrangement here. We drag it under the color, right? We want to have 3 columns right here and leave 2 rows, and we also have a width that we can fill across the whole parent, right? So this is pretty much it. And now we need to bring 3 labels in the top. So label 1, label 2, label 3. Let's change font size to 26, and then let's change width to 32. Also, we're gonna replace this. This is gonna be B, since it's the last one. And let's align it with center. And also, let's change this to blue color, right? So let's do the others as well. So 26, width is gonna be 32. Okay, text gonna be for green G, alignment center, and then the color is gonna be green, and the last one is gonna be again 26, width 32, alignment center, and text is going to be R, and the color red. Okay, so this is the first part. These are our labels, and now we're going to have labels that are going to display the actual values. So let's see underneath 4, 5, 6, so that we know we're going to rename this one 4 is going to be R, so we can know later on which one to use. This one is going to be G, and this one is going to be P, and we're going to remove this text and remove this text because we want to have our own display later on. And let's say we're gonna increase the font size, alignment center, increase the font size, center, and font size, center. Right, so we're ready now, and let's go back in our coding part. So what do we want to do? When we click this color button, right, when we click the button, we want to replace each of these numbers with a randomly generated one between 0 and 255. We can use in the control, we can potentially use for each item in the list, but it seems might be easier to use actually this for number, because this number local variable is going to exactly tell us the index of the items in the list that we want to replace. So this may work a little bit easier. So for each number we want to replace, right, so replace item in the list. Which list? RGB color. Let's get that list. What is the index? Index is the running number in the loop, this local variable. So let's get that number. And what is the replacement? Replacement is the random integer right here that's going to go from 0 to 255. Okay, so that would do this part. What is the next thing we want? We want to replace the canvas color to be set to this color. So click on canvas and let's go to set the properties, right? So set canvas. We want to set the property which is the background color right here. We want to set background color to, we want to make this color right here, and we want to make this color based on this list that we changed, RGB, so we need to get this list right here. Okay, besides that, what else do we want to do? We want to set each of these labels RGB to the values that are randomly generated. So we go to R, we're going to say set R, not visible, but we want to set the text R to what? To the first item in the list. So we need to index our list, right? We need to index list, which is right here, select. So what is the list? It's the same list. We can use this. What is the index? In this case, index is going to be the first one. So first. And then we just need to repeat this for G and B, right? So we can simply copy this and then say instead of R, we want to have G select the second item And the last one is gonna be B. We want to set B text to the last and the third, right here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now, when we execute this code, we click the button. It's going to generate R, G, and B randomly between 0 and 255. It's going to display these numbers, R, G, B, right here, and it's going to change the color of our canvas to that color. Right? So let's try. Click. Okay, so this combination of R, G, and B gives this color. Click next time. Okay, so you see this is dominated by green. It's 230 compared to much lower other numbers and so on. So you can basically click here, generate random colors, and see what are the components of RGB that make up this particular color. Okay, that would be it. Congratulations. End of the lesson number 12, end of the beginners or intro tutorial. And the lessons will continue, but these first 12 conclude the intro tutorial. Bye.